Hi, this is Graham Kent from the Nevada Seismological Laboratory, and today we'll take a quick tour of the AlertTahoe interface. Many of you may be familiar with some of the features, but there are a few hidden ones here that are real gems. One of them is a on-demand time-lapse, and if you either right-click with your mouse or use Control-click on a laptop, on a Mac, for example, um, you'll get an on-demand time-lapse. Now, one of the tricky parts is that you need to be using Google Chrome or Safari on a Macintosh. So anyhow, if we do the right click, we're going to get an option that we can look at the last 15 minutes, 1 hour, 6 hour, or 12-hour time lapse. So why don't we just cruise on and do the last 12 hours from Angel's Roost. As you can see, the weather has been quite hectic and beautiful today. And the camera's getting pointed around, in one case at least, to see if there's a fire over near Homewood. We can also right-click and go back to resume feed so you can get back into the normal viewing. We can change camera locations. We can go over to Homewood, for example, by clicking the little button or pane below. And again, we might want to just do a 15-minute. This is useful after a lightning storm to see if there's any lightning strikes, kind of fire initiation. We'll now head over to McClellan Peak over by Carson City, and again, maybe we'll try a 6-hour time lapse. And you can see the rain coming in. Now, if you look to the right, you can see a map with the individual cameras. And when you click, for example, the McClellan Peak camera is centered into the view. And now there are these blue and red dots, and they're actually positive to ground and negative to ground lightning strikes. And it was a very busy day today, and there's tons of dots. And so we'll close that window there and kind of zoom out a little bit by hitting this negative button. And you can see that there was a whole bunch of lightning activity on the eastern front here of the Sierras. One of the other things you can do is go to the BLM camera sites. They're in central Nevada. You just hit the BLM camera sites uh, place right here on the window and click BLM camera sites, and lo and behold, we're looking about 200 miles away from Reno, Nevada, out by Midas Peak, north of Battle Mountain. As you can see, there was a whole bunch of lightning strikes happening in this area. They're almost swamping out the pictures of the little camera icons. And we can switch over to Callahan Peak, for example, and again, maybe do a 12-hour time lapse and get to see the whole day out in central Nevada as the clouds kind of pick up and take over the landscape. Okay, and now we're going to cruise back by hitting the alert camera sites. And we'll go back to Tahoe. And there's our little tour of some of the new features that are in the AlertTahoe and Wildland BLM website. So good luck and enjoy.